Ladies and gentlemen, let's start with a brutal truth. You are not obligated to sacrifice yourself on the altar of someone else's delusions. If you're dealing with a narcissist, someone who manipulates, who distorts reality, who drains your energy and leaves you questioning your own sanity, you need to stop believing that kindness will change them. It won't. Kindness to a narcissist is not kindness. It's fuel, it's permission, it's an invitation to continue their tyranny. People often believe that kindness is a universal language, that if you just show enough patience, understanding, and goodwill, even the most difficult person will eventually soften. But with a narcissist, this belief is not only false, it's dangerous. Narcissists do not interpret kindness the way a rational, empathetic person does. Where a healthy individual might see kindness as a sign of respect or goodwill, a narcissist sees it as weakness, as an opportunity, as permission to continue their manipulative behavior. When you respond to a narcissist with kindness, they don't think, this person is compassionate, I should treat them better. Instead, they think, I can get away with more. They view kindness as an indication that they still have control over you, that they can push the limits further without consequence. And the more you give, the more they demand. The more understanding you show, the more they manipulate you into feeling responsible for their actions. Narcissists thrive on power dynamics, and when they recognize that you're someone who values kindness, they exploit it. They will test how much they can take before you push back, and if you don't, they will keep pushing. Every time you forgive their deceit, justify their cruelty, or tolerate their gaslighting, you reinforce their belief that they are untouchable. It's a hard truth to accept, but kindness does not work on someone who weaponizes it against you. Instead of earning respect, it fuels their entitlement. Instead of fostering change, it enables further abuse. If you want to stop a narcissist from feeding off your goodwill, you must stop giving them the very thing they use to control you. They don't need more kindness, they need consequences. Many people have been raised to believe that being a good person means enduring hardship with grace, that patience and forgiveness are the highest virtues. While these qualities can be noble in the right circumstances, they become dangerous when applied to a narcissist. There is a point where patience turns into self-destruction, where forgiveness becomes an invitation for more abuse, and where sacrificing yourself for someone else's dysfunction is no longer kindness, it's self-betrayal. Narcissists rely on this misguided sense of morality. They exploit the idea that good people don't give up on others, twisting it into an expectation that you must tolerate their mistreatment indefinitely. They manipulate your empathy, making you feel responsible for their emotions, their problems, and even their bad behavior. They convince you that if you just try harder, if you love them more, if you explain yourself better, if you endure just a little longer, things will change. But they won't. Sacrificing yourself for someone who refuses to take accountability is not an act of virtue, it's an act of self-neglect. Narcissists do not change because of your kindness, and they certainly don't become better people because you allow them to mistreat you. If anything, your willingness to endure their behavior teaches them that they never have to change at all. There comes a time when the most moral, responsible thing you can do is walk away, not because you're giving up, but because you recognize that your well-being matters too. A person who truly values you will not demand that you destroy yourself to prove your love. And if someone does, then the most ethical decision is not to stay and suffer, it's to leave and reclaim your sense of self. A narcissist does not see you as an individual with thoughts, feelings, and needs of your own. To them, you are a means to an end, a tool to extract validation, admiration, and control. While a healthy person engages in relationships based on mutual respect and understanding, a narcissist operates on exploitation. They do not connect with you in an authentic way. They manipulate you to serve their own interests. This is why reasoning with a narcissist is futile. They do not listen to understand. They listen to twist your words, to find a way to shift blame, to turn the conversation in their favor. You can explain yourself endlessly, thinking that if you just phrase it the right way, they will finally get it. But they won't, because they are not interested in understanding you. Their goal is to maintain control, and if distorting reality helps them achieve that, they will do it without hesitation. They also lack genuine empathy. While they might mimic emotions to manipulate others, they do not truly care about how you feel. They may pretend to be concerned when it benefits them, but the moment your needs conflict with their desires, their mask slips. They will belittle you, dismiss your pain, or even turn the blame back on you. The more you try to prove your worth to a narcissist, the more power you give them over you. They thrive on the chase, on watching you struggle to earn their approval while they keep moving the goalpost. The only way to break free from this cycle is to stop playing their game. They do not value you as a person, and no amount of kindness, patience, or explanation will change that. The only way to stop a narcissist from controlling you is to establish firm boundaries and enforce them. Words alone are not enough. You can tell a narcissist that you won't tolerate their behavior, but if your actions don't align with that statement, they will test your limits, push back harder, and manipulate you into submission. They thrive on the idea that you will bend, that your kindness will override your self-respect, and that they can wear you down over time. Boundaries are not about getting the narcissist to change. They are about protecting yourself. When you set a boundary, you are stating what you will and will not accept, but more importantly, you are committing to following through with consequences when that boundary is crossed. If a narcissist disrespects you and you continue to engage with them, they will see it as a green light to keep going. However, if you cut off communication, walk away, or remove privileges, they are forced to face the reality that their actions have consequences. It is important to understand that narcissists hate boundaries because they represent a loss of control. The moment you stop responding to their manipulation, they will escalate their behavior. They may try to guilt trip you, provoke you, or make you feel like the bad person. This is a test. They want to see if you will cave, and the moment you do, they know they can keep pushing you in the future. Standing firm in your boundaries is not cruelty, it is self-respect. You are not responsible for managing a narcissist's emotions, fixing their problems, or making them understand your perspective. Your only responsibility is to protect your own mental and emotional well-being, even if that means cutting them out of your life entirely. One of the biggest mistakes people make when dealing with a narcissist is believing that they will eventually change. You tell yourself that if you just love them enough, explain things clearly, or show them kindness, they will finally see the error of their ways. This is an illusion. Narcissists do not change unless they have a reason to, and your patience and forgiveness will never be that reason. A narcissist does not see themselves as the problem. They believe they are superior, entitled, and always right. If they hurt you, they will justify it. If they manipulate you, they will blame you for making them do it. If they lose your trust, they will twist the story to make you the villain. In their mind, the issue is never their behavior, it's your reaction to it. And as long as they can keep shifting responsibility onto you, they will never see a need to change. Waiting for a narcissist to change is like waiting for a storm to apologize for the damage it causes. It won't happen. The more you hope for change, the more you stay stuck in their cycle of manipulation, feeding them more opportunities to exploit your hope. The harsh truth is that they only change when they decide to. Usually when they face real consequences, such as losing control over their victims. And even then, it's often an act designed to pull you back in. The sooner you accept that a narcissist will not change for you, the sooner you can stop wasting your energy trying to fix them. Instead of hoping they will become a better person, focus on protecting yourself. You cannot save someone who doesn't want to be saved, but you can save yourself. The moment you stop engaging with a narcissist's manipulations, you begin to reclaim your power. Narcissists thrive on control. Whether through guilt, gaslighting, or intimidation, they feed off your emotional reactions. The more you argue, justify yourself, or seek their approval, the more power you give them. They want you to feel confused, dependent, and constantly questioning yourself. But when you stop playing their game, their grip on you begins to weaken. Taking back your power means recognizing that you do not need their validation. You do not need to explain yourself over and over, hoping they will finally understand. You do not need to keep forgiving someone who refuses to change. A narcissist will push you to believe that your worth is tied to how well you serve them, but the truth is, you were never meant to be a pawn in their game. The moment you see this clearly, you can step away without guilt. Expect resistance when you choose to walk away. A narcissist will not let go easily. They will try to provoke you, insult you, or guilt trip you into re-engaging. They may suddenly act like they care, pretending to change just enough to pull you back in, but this is just another manipulation tactic. The only winning move is not to play. When you stop responding to their chaos, you shift the dynamic entirely. You no longer allow them to dictate your emotions or your choices. Instead of being trapped in their cycle of abuse, you become free to live life on your own terms. And that is the greatest power of all. Not controlling them, not fixing them, but choosing yourself over their endless manipulation